Oh, such good suggestions from the audience on the old private eye shows. Although I don't know if Scooby-Doo does count. I mean, it should.
I mean, they were
Should.
investigators. They weren't really. They would hire them. They were an agency. They just were a group.
Heart to Heart. Remember Heart to Heart? Did you watch that?
I don't. These were all before my time. Like, I watched Columbo during the pandemic, but I never watched it when I was a kid.
These are all on MeTV now.
This is my boss, Jonathan Hart, a self-made millionaire. He's quite a guy. This is Mrs. H. She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
One lady who knows how to take care of herself.
And then their limo driver is the glue that holds them all together.
By the way, my name is Max. I take care of both of them, which ain't easy. Because when they met, it was murder.
It was murder. Hot to hot. Yeah.
Love it.
He's a rich guy, and his wife his wife is a bored housewife, and together they solve crimes.
Love that.
No, but I think that the modern day version of those were all those TNT USA shows, right? There was
that's a
Monk
good point.
and Rizzoli and Isles and Franklin and Bash and those shows that are all still in reruns. It was kind of that Law and Order generation of detective shows that came out. I'd never seen any of them, but again, Rizzoli and Isles was two hot chicks, right? She's Rizzoli and I'm Isles. I assume that's how they sounded. I never saw the show. Riptide was another good one, but that was very short-lived, I think. They're all 80s shows. Knight Rider, wasn't he just kind of a...
he was just kind of a hired gun.
Just a dude out there finding out who killed who and who's zooming who. That was the most important thing in the 80s, was to find out who was zooming who. But I never watched Monk or any of those shows.
What's Suits about? I know that's got really popular on Netflix recently.
Suits?
I still have
Those
no
are
idea.
lawyers.
Okay.
But like Psych, I think that was a show where like a guy who thinks he's psychic, but he's not, and another guy who's, I don't know. I didn't watch those shows. What was rumor has become reality. They have sold the Christmas Story house. I don't know what this means. This has, of course, been easily one of Cleveland's longest claims to fame, was that Christmas Story house. And it has been sold ahead of the 40th anniversary of the film. No details about the sale. I wonder how much they got for it. They did say that it will remain in operation during the transition. The deal is going to be finalized in November. It had been on the market for a little under a year. Wasn't this a big to-do a while back where one of the dudes from the movie was like getting yelled at?
Yeah, because I think they wanted to buy it, or there was...
And the owner was like cussing him out.
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah, what was that about? They cussed him out. Why?
I don't know. From when I read the article, it was about like the guy, I guess, kept harassing the dude, bringing people over there, trying to, I guess, bully him into selling the property. That's what I got from the conversation. I don't know how much of that is true, but the guy essentially had it. He was bringing people, and I guess people were recording him.
I see.
So something like that.
Well, this looks like it's just one of a number of houses that whoever bought it bought. Because it says they'll get 1.3 acres of land and 5 buildings across 7 lots in Tremont.
So it's probably just some developer, and they're probably going to tear all of it down. Do you think they'll tear down the Christmas tree house? Or the Christmas Story house?
Yeah. Put up
more condos.
Put up a Tim Hortons. Oh,
that'd be cool.
The film will celebrate its 40th anniversary this year. I think Peter Billingsley is going to be in town because he's buddies with, I think, Steve Byrne. And Byrne hit me up a while ago and said, hey, Pete Billingsley is going to be in town. You guys should hook up. And I assume he meant in a non-makeout capacity.
Oh, you should make out with Peter Billingsley.
But the event that they're going to have...
Owen Ovaltine.
The event that they're going to have for the 40th anniversary here in Cleveland will bring a bunch of cast members together. And Al Roker, of course, former Cleveland weatherman, will moderate the panel. So, speaking of weather, why does Apple's weather app suck? Do you guys use a different app? I used to use an app called Dark Sky, but then it got bought by somebody else, and now it got.
I just
don't
use
know.
whatever's on my iPhone.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
like
use
the Apple
one.
weather app. It sucks. It's
What do you
never right.
What do you need it to do?
Tell me what the
71?
weather is.
It's 71 degrees outside. It's
Yeah.
71 degrees. That's
I got to get in the morning. Like I got to dress. I mean, I know it's 40 degrees in here, but
You can do
You
it
know-
hourly. It's not accurate hourly.
no, never.
I guess I never.
Like it'll be raining and it will say no rain all day. You know, my wife Gwen gives me a hard time because she'll go, "Oh, it's raining out," and I'll go, my app says it's not." She goes, "Look out a window, jackass," because it'll be it'll be raining. It'll go no rain for the day. Okay, well, it's clearly raining.
It literally gives like I don't know how.
I'm gonna have
closely
to
you look
start.
into it.
I'm gonna have. Well,
you're gonna have to get the
you and-
Weather
if you
Channel
have,
app.
If you have an iPhone, you and I are looking at the same app.
Well, I'm saying because I look up to the minute, like it just say rain drizzle for the next half hour, and from what I've
Yeah, it's
looked at-
wrong.
No, sometimes it's right.
All right, right now it says cloudy conditions will continue for the rest of the day. Wind gusts are up to 17 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Poundcake, get out there and race the wind and see if it's correct.
No,
How fast do you think you can run?
5 miles per hour.
All right, so go out there and run 5 miles per hour and see if you're going as fast as the wind or if the wind's going 12 miles per hour faster than you. Should be easy to do.
I'm sure
That's the
there's
only
an
way
app
you can
for
figure
that.
this out, right?
There's probably an app for that.
Just try and run past it. Well, I'm going off the app.
No, but I need a running app to tell me how fast I'm going. Then I need another app that knows how fast I'm going and how fast the wind is going.
Hmm.
So I need 2 apps.
Just run against the wind and then just measure the drag.
Like the Bob Seger song.
Yeah.
Drag?
Not that kind of drag.
There's laws against that. There's laws against measuring the drag in Ohio. Well, it's something to look into. But, yeah, so they sold the Christmas Story house, and I don't know what's going to happen
Never been
to that.
to that house.
I've never been
I
to
haven't
it.
either.
I've seen it,
That-
but I've never been inside of it.
There, a couple of years ago, I think they might still do it, but Gwen was like, "Oh, we should do one of those overnights.
They're
You can
booked
like
for
stay
years.
there." What's
Yeah.
that?
They're booked for years.
I think that's what she discovered, but we were like, "Oh, we'll take the little one," and whatever.
I remember we were talking about it on the show. This was years ago. I think Erica was trying to get us to like stay there for free to promote it, and they were like, "We don't need the promotion.
They don't
Thank
need
you,
the
though."
promotion. We got a mail waiting list,
But
3 years long.
I'm sorry.
I've never
like,
seen the movie in its entirety.
I've never really seen the movie in its entirety either, and it didn't really interest me. Like that was like not my generation, and it was also like a white Christmas film. Like it didn't scratch me where I itched.
What's a black Christmas film? Medea Christmas?
Boo, a Medea Christmas.
This Christmas, or actually, this is a white one too. The Santa Claus, all the Santa Clauses. I used to
Yeah,
watch all those.
Very white.
You know, Black Christmas is a horror movie, though, right? Before you go watch it.
I thought that was Krampus.
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 What the hell is Krampus?
The Krampus is like the Christmas demon.
You mean Krampus?
Is it Krampus?
Krampus?
I thought it was Krampus.
Krampus.
Krampus. Okay.
Yeah, Christmas demon. But that's a white folks movie too. Like
Okay,
Adam Scott and
but I'm
Toni
saying,
Collette.
like Christmas Story is like it doesn't take place in the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, it's a period thing.
That was not
when it was
my-
really white.
Yeah, that's not my jam at all. So I
I
can't
understand.
relate to that movie and their traditions. We never did that.
You have to relate to every movie you watch?
To be interested in it, yeah, I have to see a little bit of myself in one of the characters. Not all of them. Has to be something that I've done or something that I'm interested in. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, interested in is different than relatability.
But like the Christmas Story, it's based on a neighborhood that I don't know. I don't.
You
Find
were a
that movie.
kid.
You grew up in Oberlin.
Yeah, but we were very diverse, and I never was dumb enough to stick my tongue to a pole. That's the only thing I know from that movie is the kid's tongue stuck to
So
a
you
pole
really can't identify.
Yeah, but
with
you
the
would
kid
never-
putting-
and got bullied.
But
no, but
like-
you surely you can identify with someone daring you to do something.
And bullying.
Sure.
Didn't somebody dare you
And-
to do something as a kid, and you probably did it?
No.
And wanting a Christmas present that that everyone's telling you isn't good for you.
My mom got me everything I wanted.
I was gonna say he got everything he wanted from his mom. Still does.
My Harry Potter spell book, my Harry Potter broom. I got my bike. I got my scooter.
But she didn't even play it off like, oh, I don't know if we can get you that.
Oh yeah, she totally did.
Yeah, that's what the whole movie's about.
But I knew I was gonna get it, otherwise I'd throw a fit.
You were the worst.
Throw a fit. You will feel my wrath, woman. Unless a dad is underneath that tree, I better get my Harry Potter spell book.
Unless my dad is underneath that tree. I like how he threatened his mom at Christmas.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a time of family and joy. I mean, obviously, it's supposed to be a lot of things. It's very commercial, of course, but that better be under the tree.
One year, my mom put condoms in my stocking. I have to.
When you were, that was the 4th grade?
God, what year was that?
He's got to think.
No,
I don't think it was a 4th grade.
I think it may have been like 17, 18. I think she did it as a joke for me, but was probably for real for my brother. I don't remember what age it was, but I was.
Well, your brother's
younger.
got kids, so clearly.
He has a kid.
Your brother has a kid, so clearly he doesn't use them.
But this was years ago. This was I want to say 16, 17.
Yeah.
And my brother's 3 years older than me, so he would have been,
But he wasn't using them.
He did use them up until.
Oh, he did?
Up until.
Oh, got one kid.
Yeah, he's got one kid,
right.
and he's 3.
And he's in his 30s, so like he did.
Yeah, okay.
He did a pretty good. Yeah, that's a good
he's
streak.
that old?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
My mom had my brother at 30 and me at 33. 30s is, as far as I'm concerned, a lot of people I know have kids and have been divorced. So I think my brother's right on track. I know people that got out of high school and was married and started popping out kids.
Mike from Parma points out Poundcake's probably confused. Clumpus was that Eddie Murphy horror movie. So I saw Mike from Parma at the Kiss Show. Good to see a lot of people there that I know. Ralphie is obsessed with a specific material item so he can have clout in the neighborhood. How can Poundcake not relate to that? Yeah, after your scooter story, his air rifle is like your scooter.
I didn't get that far in the movie.
Well,
I watched, like, he's in the classroom. He has those big geeky glasses. And then...
don't you relate to that?
He has those big geeky glasses, and then the guy is outside.
Stopped cold.
He's flailing.
Poundcake goes, it turns out, hey guys, I watched that movie. It turns out I can identify with every single frame of A Christmas Story. I've never seen it just because I couldn't understand why people loved it so much. I've seen
too.
Bits and pieces of it.
Well, just the movie. If you watched it when you were a kid, there was some very funny, iconic scenes, and it was a Christmas tradition to watch it.
Didn't they end up, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but didn't they end up eating...
I think it is a 40-year-old movie, too.
Didn't they end up eating Chinese on Christmas Day?
Yes.
Were they Jewish?
No. They're...
It's called A Christmas Story, Alan.
You know there are Jews who celebrate Christmas, right?
Would they make a movie about that?
Sure, why not?
They go, this little baby, we're going to kill him someday.
It was based on a book, A Christmas Story.
At the end of the movie, they're ready to have Christmas dinner, and the hillbilly neighbors have a bunch of dogs, and the dogs destroy everything. And so they have to go to a Chinese restaurant for dinner.
So, A Christmas Story, the house they used, obviously, is the one we're talking about in Tremont.
Yeah.
But it was set in Indiana.
Yes.
Is that town in Indiana, do they call themselves the Christmas Story town?
I don't even know if it's a real town.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like Kokomo, Indiana or something.
I'm not sure.
All right. Higbee's Department Store.
Yeah, that was where they filmed like the Santa scene and the Christmas parade and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll watch it this Christmas.
You should watch it with your daughter. I think she's a perfect age to really enjoy that movie.
Yeah, she's 7. She might dig it.
Because it's silly and it's got some funny bits in it. And, I mean, there's going to be certain things in it that don't hold up. But overall, I think it's the characters are, the dad's very funny.
And it's not
you got the fragile thing.
Yeah,
the mom hating the leg lamp. Like, these are just all iconic moments from that movie.
People here obviously identify with it, but it goes way beyond. I mean, you can go a lot of places and see somebody with a leg lamp. So that really kind of made the rounds. Well, maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah, watch it with your daughter.
It's only 94 minutes.
Yeah, it moves.
It's not too long. I can put up with that.
It moves. The washing the mouth out with soap because he says a swear word.
Ooh, I can identify with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Your mom never washed
stuff.
your mouth out with soap, Poundcake?
Nope.
For like cursing or yelling at her?
I think my parents tried that one time and then we got diarrhea and they're like, nope.
From the soap?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a common reaction?
I think so. I don't know.
Really? Wash your mouth out with soap and you got diarrhea. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
because
soap.
you end up swallowing it. And
Yeah, but like if you're in the shower and you get some soap in your mouth or shampoo or something, you don't get diarrhea.
I don't know. Maybe it was too much soap. Cleans you out.
Wow, they didn't make you eat a bar of soap,
No,
did they? With a knife and fork? Yeah.
No, my mom never washed my mouth. She would just whoop us.
I didn't even get my mouth washed out with soap because I swore. I was at the grocery store and being curious as a little kid, and they used to have giant bags of like powdered detergent stacked in the front window of the grocery store. They'd have like dog food, they'd have rock salt, things like that. Things that came in big bags so you could just take it right out and put it in your car. Didn't have to haul it through the body of the store. So my mom was doing something, I'm checking out or whatever, and I'm over there, I'm a kid, and I poke my finger into the bag, and it obviously
Starts
sprang
pouring out.
onto the
Yeah.
floor, and it was like powdered soap or something. And I think my mom was just embarrassed and took it out on me. She's like, "You're so interested in soap," because I put my finger and then put my finger in my mouth. You're so interested. Let's see. Yeah, and she washed my mouth.
The
with
original
soap.
Tide Pod eater.
Yes, me. That's right. How do you like that, kids? You can leave us messages if you like, either on the iHeartRadio app. Those will keep you to about 30 seconds. Voicemails on the After Hours line, 216-986-8903.
Yo, Travis in Akron. I was listening to that awful voodoo song that's on the station. End up on Godsmack's website, and I didn't even click on the website, just the Google results. In the Google results, it says, Godsmack, more top 10 rock albums than Foo Fighters or hometown Aerosmith. Right off the bat, they're comparing themselves to Foo Fighters and Aerosmith. Like, I know Godsmack sucks, but like, I'm not even a Foo Fighters fan. I don't even like the Foo Fighters. But Godsmack to Foo Fighters is like, it's not apples to oranges, it's apples to prunes. Like, if Foo Fighters are apples, Godsmack is prunes. They suck.
Is he's mad that one band he doesn't like is comparing themselves to another band he doesn't like?
I couldn't really even follow it.
I mean,
So he doesn't like Godsmack, it seems like.
I don't mind Godsmack, actually. I was went back and I was mowing the lawn a couple of weeks ago and just randomly started listening to the first Godsmack record. It's okay. I mean, those guys are, they're in their lane. But, when they have those things like, oh, they've sold more number one hits or whatever, you got to read the fine print on that, because that probably, they said rock charts, which absolutely, but that's not your top 100 Billboard songs, right? There's no Godsmack number ones over there. But as far as rock charts, yeah, probably. They sold 20, 30 million records. And they still go out on the road and, they're all right. They do good work, yeah, festivals. Like, remember when you were a kid and you'd watch commercials and they would say, Slim Whitman has sold more records than Elvis and the Beatles combined. And you're like, that cannot
I must have
be
missed
right.
the Slim Whitman commercials.
You're like, that cannot be correct. But I think it was like they had more number ones for longer in Germany or something like that. I mean, Slim Whitman used to be on Cleveland International Records, by the way, which, of course, as the name implies, now based in Nashville. I got a break. I'll have another $1,000 for